So I think this is the best solution. This is the best solution because these offices are very nice. And the people are here working very well. They are together, and this is what really makes the company efficient. When the people can see each other, they can talk to each other, and they can share the issues on actual time.
Yeah.
You know? So now with the solution that we have with the other offices nearby, just close by, I think if you manage to get the permit for opening a kind of communication between the two offices, then you can have everybody in the same floor.
Exactly.
That's the best.
This is, one of the reasons why we went for this office in the beginning is actually when we looked at the opportunities coming our way and the number of people we need.
Exactly.
We find that this place is not going to fit us anymore for the years to come. And instead of wasting our time in the 2 years to find an office, we are preparing ourselves from now to be ready for these opportunities.
Okay.
So now we have developed a new office here. We did the fit out, and in a couple of weeks we can open it, and the whole floor will be a Schindler house.
Oh, in fact, the people from APME now, you are hosting here some of my APME people, you know. But I tell you, our offices now are almost finished because also we are growing in the area, as you know. So you can get these offices for you in probably 10 to 15 days.
A couple of weeks from now, yeah. And as you see here, we did the fit out already, and we did the structure of it to fit exactly with the same layout of the other office. And very soon, when your team moves out, we are going to open from here the corridor.
And this communicates with the other one,
Absolutely.
Right? Huh?
And then we'll have a main entrance for the building, and the people will be flowing internally.
And what about the permits? Because here it's very difficult to get the permits.
Permits, we have done it already with the fit-out drawings. So we have got all from the municipality to make sure that everything is as per the local requirement.
Okay.
Because these were actually 3 offices separate. We have made them one office for Schindler, and we have the idea is to have one place for Schindler.
Very good.
All employees, project management, installation, fitters are here and are working under one roof. So this will help the synergy, and we are definitely gonna cope with the number of people in the future.
And about the people who are here for the training, because you have people for training here and another place, the training center that we have will be opening in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, more or less.
Absolutely.
So do you plan to move everybody there now? So you will still have additional room available for future expansion?
Here we're going to move the master trainers with the technical training manager and with one administration guy who will take care of the training center. And along with this move of people, we have in the basement some simulators and products for training that we're investing over the last couple of years. So all will be moving there, and this training center will be definitely a place where all fitters and DI technicians will be trained.
And will you have all the simulators that we need for our business here? Have you ordered all of them and all the shafts for our products to install, the 3300, the 5500? Everything is ready?
From product perspective for installation, we are going to have the commodities. We are going to have the CMG 5500. We have an escalator, and we have a mock-up for S7000. Plus, we have an empty shaft right now for the scaffold that's missing. So from installation, we are covered with all our product line. Even for the simulators, we have been over the last couple of years, actually every year, investing in a few simulators to train our commissioning engineers and our testing engineers. So I can say in 2 weeks from now, for the Schindler Middle East zone, we have 2 technical schools ready to train and develop our engineers.
You mean Jeddah, Saudi Arabia?
Jeddah is one in Saudi Arabia because the size of the operations are much more bigger than any other KG, and logistics are actually difficult. So we prefer to have the training inside the country. But for Dubai, it can serve all the Middle East countries.
It's very important that you know that we share this with our employees. They need to understand how important is this zone for Schindler and how much money we're investing. Because training centers like our training center don't exist. People have to, some simulators, some, units to test the components, but don't have real shafts and real simulators that you can really train the people. So I think that we have to build on that, and the people here have to understand that they are working in the best company, that we take care of them and we want them to be successful. So before we start the important part of this, let's say, communication between you and me and Wasim, I want to give you an update of the strategy. So where is Schindler going, and are we really achieving our goals? The strategy of Schindler is very clear. We want to grow, but we want to grow in both top line and bottom line. And I have to tell you, we are not doing so bad. When we look at the growth in the top line, our company has been successfully growing every year 7 to 10%, which is a fantastic figure when you compare the growth in the markets. Of course, not all the markets are growing. Not all the markets are, let's say, for us, a place where we can develop our growth strategy, because if the market is not, let's say, booming or is not growing, it's difficult to get market share there. But we have what we call in our Schindler Group the second planet. And the second planet are these countries where, it looks like they are different from the rest of the world. And I'm talking here about China. I'm talking here about India. I'm talking here about the Middle East, where, when the rest of the world was suffering a big and deep crisis, these countries were still growing, and growing fast. So these countries are the countries where Schindler needs to be present if we really want to grow our, let's say, market share and our position in the market. Schindler has been, or is today, number 2 in the market, but we are challenging number 1. And this is our goal, one day to be number 1. So how are we doing when we talk about growth? I have to tell you, in those countries, China, India, and Middle East, very well. And also in some of the Asian countries, we are doing very, very well. With our product range, with our, let's say, processes and methods that we have recently introduced, I think we are giving a service to the market that, our competitors, not all the competitors, can deliver. So we are being very successful. In the other parts of the world also, where Schindler is very strong and where the growth is not coming, we also need to defend our assets. And we are also doing very well. We are defending our portfolio. We are taking care of our customers. We are really doing things that, our company can be proud of. But never is enough. We always have competitors. We know that you need to be aggressive in the market. We have to take care of the customer. We know that we have to do all these things. So that's when I say, growth in our strategy is going well. Yes, it's going well. But apart from that, we need to have, grow in the bottom line. And here, unfortunately, we are not doing so well. It doesn't mean that we are not improving our profitability. It means that we are not improving at the path that we were expecting. And that's why we have already in the group launched a lot of initiatives to improve our competitiveness, to improve, our way of delivering our products, to really be more efficient in our work, and to be recognized by our customers, which at the end, is what matters, that our customers select Schindler because we are the best company in the elevator and escalator market. So this is in general a little bit the strategy. Nothing has changed. It's growth, and we are doing well in the top line, but still we need to do something more in the bottom line. And now APME, you are members of APME since the beginning of the year. By the way, the people from Dubai are members of Middle East, the new Middle East zone that was in, we'll refer later, since also the beginning of the year. Just quickly to tell you, geographically, we are a very big area. We go from Egypt to, we pass by the rest of the Arabian countries, in Dubai, then we go in India, we take all South Asia, Asia Pacific, all Australia, New Zealand, and Japan, Korea. So it's a very big zone. We employ in this zone 10,000 people, more than 10,000 people in my area. In the group is 50,000. So around 20% of the group is in the area of APME. If we look at the market, it's also 20%. More or less the market in the world is about 800,000 units. So we have in our APME zone about 150,000 units. If we look at portfolio as well, about 20%. If in the world there are 11.7 million units installed, here we have 20%, which is about 340,000, something like that. But our market share in existing installation is not still as good as it should be. We need to do a little bit more. Then this is a little bit about the dimension of our zone, and also the people. You have seen that there are new people coming, and you have seen, and I think that you have the opportunity to talk to some of my colleagues in the APME zone, Mr. Ganesh, or Mr. Ronnie Dante, or Mr. Ranjit, or where is Mr. Peter Suarez, Eleazar Serralbo that is not here, and you are here, okay, and Hugo Martinho that is not here, and his team, other team. So all these people are here to support the KGs in achieving the goals of the company. And the goals of APME are completely aligned with the goals of the company. So when you look at our vision in APME, it's nothing more than, growth and profitability, but sustainable growth and profitability. We have to continue growing step by step. And for that, we have 4 specific strategic objectives. The first one is one of our values. All of you know. What is the first value of Schindler?
Safety.
Safety. So everything we do in our company has to be built on safety. Safety and quality. That's why, we measure the claims, we measure the entrapments, and we have put a lot of initiatives on safety to make sure that the safety culture is embedded in the companies, embedded in the people. It's not only the means to work, it's not only the tools, it's the mindset. And the mindset, is something that takes a long time to change. But we will continue, doing communication, working on that in order to make sure that we don't have more casualties in our company. The second pillar, and very important, is the people, the organization. If we have a company and the people is not engaged with the values, with the goals, with the ambitions, we don't work together as a team, really, we can't go anywhere. So this is the second value, and the second strategic objective. We want to have, people trained, and that's why we're investing a lot of money, not only here in the Middle East, in India, in China, now in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Philippines, everywhere we are opening training schools. We are a training factory. We want to have trained people, certified people that can deliver anywhere in the world the same quality of service to our customers. The third value and the third, priority or strategic priority are related to competitiveness. We need to be competitive. And this means that, not only the cost has to be the lowest in the market, our process has to deliver, a way of working that at the end, we can guarantee the quality and at the same time the effectiveness or the efficiency of our, work. And in this sense, we have recently launched several initiatives in the group on efficiency and new installations and existing installations, and also some initiatives on pricing for new installation and existing installations. And next year we are going to work together very hard on that in order to improve our cost position and our profitability. So this is basically, our strategy. And then we have the products. If we have people, we have everything, but we don't have products. Fortunately, we have a fantastic product range. We have products in the commodity segment, in the residential segment, in the commercial segment, now available. It is true, and we have to be honest, and we have to recognize that the 5500, the custom modular, is not yet where we want the product to be. But we are working hard. We have a task force fighting to reduce all our, problems, initial problems. And we are very close to get it. And you will benefit from all of that. So with all this, the only thing I have to tell you that this company will be one of the best companies in this area, in the Middle East. For sure, the group will be continue supporting with all the possible, initiatives that we have in everything, in every area. Process, methods, systems, products, everything. But at the end, it's you, the people in the countries, where we have to delegate to you to execute and to really achieve the goals. And now I would like that you, Wasim, perhaps say a little bit how this message has been transmitted to the Middle East, and how do you see the situation in the short term?
Thank you, Miguel. I think you have explained almost everything. And but before I start, I would like here to recognize actually the Middle East employees, because when I was listening now to Miguel again, I have really felt that we are very much aligned. We are not anymore disengaged from the group initiatives. So I'd like to recognize all the team members who worked hard to put our Schindler Middle East strategy in place. So for us, it's more than a strategy actually. It's a moment of truth, because we are bringing back Schindler to the market. We all know that Schindler was not present and we did not have the position that Schindler deserved in the past. Now we have this strategy clear from the group. The APME zone with Miguel now, we are cascading down the initiatives, and we are lucky in the Middle East zone. Even though we have a lot of countries with political instability, although we have a lot of uncertainty in many markets, but still we have a lot of good markets that are having a lot of opportunities. So this is why the group is very much interested in what we are doing and fully supportive. Whatever we are putting on the table in front of my boss, MKL, and the group, they are not saying and they are not reluctant to say no. They are only saying, if this is an investment and you want to differentiate yourself in the marketplace, you go out and do it. So go backward 2 years and see what we have done together. We have put a lot of initiatives to raise our readiness to go to the market. Because selling is very easy. Everyone can sell, even without a distribution like this. But the objective for us, not only to sell, is to install it properly, to maintain and keep customers loyal for life for Schindler. So let's see what we have done over the couple years. We have invested in our TRT department. So if you need to go for high-rise projects, we're confident we can do it. We have invested in the supply chain organization. It's not about CCLs. It's about understanding how we move things around us and how can we make money. We put the supply chain organization. We initiated the large projects organization. So now we are not afraid to go and approach large opportunities in the Middle East, because we have capable team around us who can take this opportunity and make a proper offer to customers where we can deliver the best solutions. And to complement all of this, we have not forgotten from day one the importance of the readiness of our people when it comes to technical capabilities. And this is why we were investing over the last 2 years in our technical training school. With all the the licensing difficulties we have faced, to find a place 11 meters high, close to our office. Today we are ready. In a couple of weeks from now, guys, you will go to this opening of the training center, and you will see shafts for commodities, CMG, mock-up for S7000. You will see an escalator, all kinds of simulators. So we can have the best opportunity to change our mindset. The same thing as Miguel mentioned about the safety culture. We need to make sure whatever the group is requiring, is demanding us to do as per the group. For us in the Middle East, it should be more, because we are lacking some of the culture and the discipline in the way we operate because of diversity. Look around us in the room here. How many nationalities we have around? So it's really difficult to have one message and to align if we don't work together. So this is where we are counting on the people engagement. And having this company as a great place to work, because our ultimate objective is providing our customers with the legendary service.
Thank you. I'm in your team, sir. I'm responsible for the key accounts for the zone. I have the privilege of meeting some large customers, and for a 140-year-old group with more than 50,000 employees, I think we've come to an inflection point where the market is now demanding from us, especially considering the fact that 2/3 of our employees' strength is on the field, most of them customer facing, and most of them in some capacity providing service to the customers. So from a corporate perspective, there are investments, there are capital investments in factories and training centers and R&D in technology, product upgradation, and what have you. Most big customers today demand, and they ask, from your customer service or customer facing teams, how are you differentiating yourself, and how shall I come back to you as Schindler, as a brand of trust and of my loyalty and your loyalty to me. So this is really a question to say, we understand from a corporate level the investments that you make and try to be competitive and ahead of the game. But please give me, as a big customer, the comfort that should come from your company to say that the day-to-day service that I get is different, which obviously means better than the rest of the competition. And then we have a long-term understanding of always coming back to you. How are we focusing on that, and how are we planning to differentiate ourselves on that?
So the first thing that we need to know and we need to understand is what are the demands of our customers. For that, we need to have a kind of segmentation of our market. And then we have to position in the different segments the expectations of these customers. Some expect a very good service, some others expect a very cheap service, some expect a mix of that. Some expect a fast reaction, some others they don't care. They only want to pay less. So we need to understand very well the customer. In this sense, the group has launched the Customer Excellence. This is a program that, put all the companies, or try to put all the companies at the same level of understanding and of service. It's a service of Schindler. It's the same for everybody. But then, once we move ahead, we differentiate from the customers that are key accounts, from those that are not so, let's say, key accounts, so important, from those that are, the customers that only want the maintenance of the elevator and the elevator running without any specialty. So this is where we are working. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it was a great pleasure to talk to you today. We will repeat this in the coming years. And thank you very much for all the work, all the active participation in this discussion today, and especially for your contribution to Schindler. You have done a great job, and we have to congratulate you for this. Thank you very much for the future also. Thank you.
Thank you.